New tonight, in a little less than 2 months, marijuana will be consumed recreationally, legally, without the need of a medical card.
Financial experts believe legalizing the drug in California will add billions of dollars in tax revenue. But even though medical marijuana has been legal here for decades, the industry has had trouble getting those dollars into the state. Our Dennis Valera found out what experts think is holding California back from taking full advantage of the growing cannabis industry.
In the U.S., the legalization of marijuana has been growing in many states, but that growth hasn't been happening at the federal level. This state-federal gap has been a big roadblock in operating like a real, legitimate business.
Medical marijuana dispensary Can Help in Tulare County has grown considerably the last 9 years. Staff here says it's thanks to laws like Prop 64, expanding the legal reach of the drug.
Seems like we have a lot more people that just, are starting to come out of the woodworks now that it's starting to get voted legalized everywhere. Just people are less afraid to come on in.
But while business is booming, federally, marijuana is still defined as a Schedule I drug, same class as heroin and ecstasy. That status, Fox says, is still holding them back. That has kept many banks wary of working with marijuana businesses, even with federal compliance guidelines out there. Fox says they received rejection letters from every single bank and credit union in the county. That means everything they do, from paying employees to paying taxes, is done solely with cash.
We waste a lot of man hours just trying to pay regular bills that normally people in normal companies can just, write a check or do a direct deposit.
The headache continues with IRS Code Section 280E. The tax code meant to cripple illegal drug businesses also bars these legal businesses from typical business tax deductions from things like rent and advertising costs.
Kind of cripples the businesses a lot, and it prevents businesses from growing and reaching their full potential.
420 College CEO George Boyadjian helps businesses navigate these challenges through seminars and courses. He says the financial restrictions keeps cannabis businesses in a shadow.
We are legitimate businesses, and we want to act like legitimate business, which we do in a lot of cases, but that not being able to bank somewhere freely is kind of crippling the business.
Item carries 4 yes, 3 no.
But even with businesses looking to contribute to the state's economy, still face difficulties finding a place to operate, with cities and towns like Fresno putting a hard no on these businesses. State Treasurer John Chang says this stigma has helped prevent some legal cannabis dollars from getting to the state.
We met with Treasurer Chang in San Francisco, and according to him, some districts with the Board of Equalization, a tax agency, turned some cannabis tax dollars away.
Here you would have individuals who wanted to follow California law. They wanted to pay their taxes, and a couple of offices would not allow the collection of those taxes.
Chang formed a cannabis banking working group weeks after Prop 64 passed. The group has been working on banking recommendations for the regulations set to be released in 2018. Chang says a banking system will be key to California getting the most out of its buck. But problems will continue, he says, as long as the federal-state gap exists.
It's not going to be a perfect pathway unless the federal government allows for this type of activity. They take cannabis off Schedule I.
While bans remain in place in local jurisdictions, there are some towns embracing the drug, like Coalinga.
There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's just, we're not there yet. We're halfway through the tunnel. We're still getting there.
Meanwhile, Fox looks forward to the day he can make a deposit.
No, it'd be a lot more, even footing for everybody. It's just a little unfair when we're going above and beyond and make sure to pay all of our taxes when.
Now, the recommendations from the Cannabis Banking Working Group will be released on November 7th. The final rules on guidelines for recreational marijuana in the state is set to be released on January 1st. Here in studio, Dennis Valera, KC24, local news that matters.